Hello and welcome back to Infinite Jeff. I'm Jeff. Infinite Jeff is a project where I read the book Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, originally published in 1996, to you on the internet. Put it on the YouTube. One page every single fucking day. I do this for you people. I'm dedicated. I get to a point, like, I don't have any more for tomorrow. This is going to go live April 9th at midnight of 2020, because it's April 8th, 9:28 p.m. I do it for you. I don't have to, but I want to. I love it. I love you. And I want you to be happy with Infinite Jeff. We're on to page number 50. It sounds like a milestone, doesn't it? Problem is, well, not problem, but it's actually the 48th page that I'm reading, because I started on page 3. But it's 50, and by the time I get to page 100, I'm going to be like, sorry, yawny. I'm going to be like, hey, 100 pages, it's page 100. So we're just going to call it a milestone. So page 50. I mean, I'm about a... 22nd of the way through this thing. So, that's something, right? But here we go. Page number 50. Numero 50. Página numero. Page 50. Here we go. Boone, Jim Troeltsch, Ted Schecht, Trevor Axford, and possibly Kyle D. Coyle, and Tall Paul Shaw, and remotely possibly Fanny Unwin. All know Hal gets regularly, covertly high. It's also not impossible that Bernadette Longley knows, actually. And, of course, the unpleasant Kay Freer always has suspicions of all kinds. And Hal's brother Mario knows a thing or two. But that's it, in terms of public knowledge. But even though Pemulus and Struck and Boone and Troeltsch and Axford, and occasionally, in a sort of medicinal or touristic way, Stiss and Schecht, all are known to get high also. Hal has actually gotten actively high only with Pemulus, on the rare occasion he's gotten high with anybody else, as in person, which he avoids. He'd forgot Ortho, the Darkness, Stiss, of Partridge, KS, knows, Partridge, Kansas, I guess, and Hal's oldest brother, Orrin, mysteriously, even long distance, seems to know more than he's coming right out and saying, unless Hal's reading more into some of the phone comments than are there. Hal's mother, Mrs. Avril Incandenza, and her adoptive brother, Dr. Charles Tavis, the current ETA headmaster, both know Hal drinks alcohol sometimes, like on weekend nights with Troeltsch or maybe Axford down at the hills, at clubs on Commonwealth Ave. The Unexamined Life has its notorious blind bouncer every Friday, blind bouncer night every Friday, where they card you on the honor system. Mrs. Avril Incandenza isn't crazy about the idea of Hal drinking, mostly because of the way his father had drunk, when alive, and reportedly his father's own father before him in Arizona and California. But Hal's academic precocity, and especially his late competitive success on the junior circuit, make it clear that he's able to handle whatever modest amounts she's pretty sure he consumes. There's no way someone can seriously abuse a substance and perform at top scholarly and athletic levels, the ETA psych counselor Dr. Rusk assures her, especially the high-level athletic part. And Avril feels it's important that a concerned but unsmothering single parent knows when to let go somewhat, and make the two high-functioning of her 3 sons make their own possible mistakes and learn from their own valid experience, no matter how much the secret worry about mistakes tears her gizzard out, the mother's. And Charles supports whatever personal decision she makes in conscience about her children. And God knows she'd rather have Hal having a few glasses of beer every so often than absorbing God knows what sort of esoteric designer compounds with reptilian Michael Pemulus and trail of slime leaving James Struck, both of whom give Avril a howling case of the maternal phantods. And ultimately, she's told Doctors Rusk and Tavis she'd rather have Hal abide in the security of the knowledge that his mother trusts him that she's trusting and supportive and doesn't judge or gizzard tear or wring her fine hands over his having, for instance, a glass of Canadian ale with friends every now and again. And so works tremendously hard to hide her maternal dread of his possibly ever drinking like James himself or James's father. Also that... And we'll find out next time on Infinite Jeff. That was page 50. Good night.